Lorraine suddenly slammed her fork down hard on the elegant dinner table. Really, Madeline? This is what you actually call a proper dinner? I've honestly seen toddlers set a better table than this, she announced loudly. Guests immediately froze, forks suspended halfway to their surprised mouths. Ethan's nervous eyes flicked quickly between us, completely unsure how to react. I swallowed my rising anger, forcing it deep down inside. Before we continue, kindly tell us where you're watching us from so we know we are not alone on this. My name is Madeline Brooks. I'm 27 years old, and this was the exact night I finally decided to stop letting her control me anymore. As I carefully served the fresh salad, Lorraine whispered just loudly enough for the nearest guests to clearly hear her cruel words. You can't even chop vegetables properly, dear. No wonder Ethan constantly doubts you, she said with a fake sympathetic smile. Neighbors and family members exchanged extremely awkward glances with each other. I felt the intense burn of public humiliation spreading across my cheeks, but my mind raced ahead strategically. Every single insult she hurled at me, every condescending smirk she flashed, I mentally stored away carefully for later use. She had no idea what was coming at dessert. Ethan actually tried to intervene once during the appetizer course. Mom, maybe you should, he started nervously. Lorraine immediately cut him off sharply and completely. Don't you dare defend her. She's embarrassing herself and this entire family, she snapped viciously. I clenched my jaw tight, feeling the muscle twitch. Ethan's continued silence hurt me deeply, but it also gave me absolute clarity about what needed to happen next. The big reveal had to be perfectly timed and executed. I couldn't mess this up. This was my only chance to end her reign of terror over me once and for all. Earlier that same week, I had carefully noticed several major discrepancies in Lorraine's elaborate stories about her finances and important family connections. She constantly bragged about wealth she absolutely didn't have, claimed favors from influential people she'd never actually done, and even tried repeatedly to imply that I was an opportunistic gold digger. I had quietly collected solid proof very discreetly over several weeks: unpaid bills, actual bank statements showing debt, receipts contradicting her stories. Finally, after months of her abuse, I had exactly what I needed to completely turn the table on her tonight. Lorraine's verbal attacks grew increasingly more brazen as the main course was served. She deliberately spilled my private personal details to the shocked guests, openly mocked my professional job, and whispered poisonously to Ethan within my hearing, "You'll deeply regret trusting her someday soon." My blood absolutely boiled beneath my calm surface, but I remained perfectly composed and patient on the outside. Every cutting insult, every calculated lie only sharpened my determined resolve. She was digging her own grave deeper with every word. I just had to wait for the perfect moment to reveal everything I knew about her. Dessert time finally approached. Lorraine was smiling widely, completely convinced she had thoroughly humiliated me in front of everyone who mattered. She leaned back comfortably in her chair, folding her arms smugly across her chest, clearly enjoying the uncomfortable whispers spreading around the dinner table. I patiently waited, clearing plates slowly and deliberately. Patience had become my most powerful weapon tonight, and perfect timing would be my ultimate victory. The chocolate cake sat ready on the counter, but before anyone tasted dessert, they'd taste the truth about Lorraine instead. My heart pounded with anticipation. I cleared my throat gently and said softly but clearly, "Lorraine, I think everyone here should see something important." Confused heads turned toward me immediately. Uncomfortable murmurs filled the suddenly tense air around the table. I calmly opened my laptop sitting nearby and confidently pulled up the damning proof I'd collected. Her false financial claims, completely fake favors she'd never done, detailed attempts to systematically discredit me to family. Sharp gasps echoed across the previously quiet room. Lorraine's confident smile began to falter noticeably. She sat up straighter, suddenly nervous. "What are you doing?" she asked, voice cracking slightly with fear. "Everything you've said tonight about me, and about your family's supposed wealth," I began very calmly, making eye contact with each guest. "You've been lying to everyone." I methodically displayed receipts, saved emails, and official bank records on the screen. Guests' mouths literally dropped open in complete shock. Ethan's eyes widened dramatically as the full devastating scale of his mother's deception became crystal clear. Lorraine's smug smirk vanished instantly, replaced by pure panic. "You can't, you have no right," she stammered desperately. "Yes, I can," I said firmly. "And now everyone knows the complete truth about you." Lorraine desperately tried to argue, yell louder, and somehow save face, but the room had already turned completely against her. Ethan suddenly stood up and moved firmly beside me for the first time ever. "Mom, enough of this right now. Madeline has done absolutely nothing wrong. You have," he said with unexpected strength. The gathered guests murmured in clear agreement, nodding their heads. Her control, her elaborate humiliation campaign, and all her carefully constructed lies collapsed in real time right before our eyes. She was suddenly powerless, publicly exposed, and completely humiliated in front of everyone she'd tried to impress. The tables had turned completely. I didn't scream, cry, or throw insults back at her like she deserved. I simply smiled calmly, knowing that solid truth and careful preparation had done all the necessary work. Ethan apologized sincerely later, finally seeing his mother's cruel manipulation clearly. Lorraine quietly slunk away from the table, thoroughly defeated and humiliated. I had successfully kept my dignity, earned everyone's respect, and my marriage remained intact and stronger. Sometimes the strongest revenge isn't loud anger. It's calm confidence and perfect timing, letting the powerful truth speak much louder than any angry words ever could. Like and subscribe for more videos like this.